100% social, like a social butterfly, without always being anxious and on edge, like a spaz, because you are always thinking about something else and you're not paying attention to the here and the now. Being present to the moment. You've heard it 100 times over, you don't really know what it is, and you still kind of feel that it's going to be a game changer. And I'm here to tell you that it is going to be a game changer. Because being present to the moment is that rare thing you feel when you're at a party and you've got a couple of drinks in you, you're really having fun, and you're not really thinking about what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes or what has happened in the past. You don't really care about anything when you are in the moment. You just care about now. That does not mean just have fun or just do stupid things. It's more of a what you would call in a more business and self-improvement cycle, what you would call flow. And flow has a connotation very strictly related to working, but that's just a marketing gimmick. Flow, or being present to the moment, is the simple shift in your perception of reality. You don't actually forget about what has happened to you. You do not actually forget that you have a future that you want to plan for. It's more like you have integrated your past, so you don't actively think about it. You don't ruminate, especially on bad events that have happened before. And your future has a very clear goal or goals that you know what they are, you know the direction you have to go to follow them. So you don't really have to plan for them right now. You just have to execute. And when you have well defined goals for the future and you have integrated your past, then there is nothing in this direction or this direction to think about. So all that mental capacity you use throughout the day thinking in the two directions is actually all focused on the now. And that is extremely powerful in both social and output driven situations. Whether you want to make friends or meet women or make or socialize for business and network, or you want to actually put in raw hard work, it's all the same. You just have to be thinking only about the task at hand. And there's two things you can do here. One is to actively start to cutting down on thoughts that do not relate to the task at hand, whatever the task at hand is. So, so you might be working on your business, and the most common thing to hear these days is do not check up on your phone, do not get distracted, etc., etc. But the phone is just the tip of the iceberg. There were winners and losers, people with ADHD and people without ADHD, long before there were phones. And the people that were ADHD before phones were the ones that were daydreaming, the mouth breathers, the people that were looking up in the stars all day, just thinking about random things. And those people, though they might look romantic from today's eyes, they were actually pretty much losers. Because yes, it is good to dream and have plans, etc. But when you have a task you need to complete, then you have to be 100% there. There's no room to actually think about how life will be when you make all that money or when you get all those women or whatever you want to do. Just raw hard work now. Also, for the people that suffer from depressive-like symptoms, that has almost completely to do with you ruminating, which is the act of thinking over and over and over about things that have already been gone. They are done. There's nothing you can do about them. It's over. And by the simple act of thinking and thinking and thinking about them, because the largest part of your brain, your subconscious mind, does not have the critical thinking your frontal brain has. It cannot really distinguish between something that is in the physical world right now and something you imagine or just replay in your head from previous situations. So when you go over and over and over again situations that have been bad and done in the past, what you are actually doing is feeding all the emotions you felt back then to your brain right now. And guess what? If you go over 50 crappy scenarios about 10 times a day, then you have like 500 bad events replaying in your mind in the span of 24 hours. And it might sound excessive, but if you do the math, if you actually catch yourself every time you think about some you did before, you will realize you think about a bunch of them and you worry and you get anxious, and it's all because you are feeding bad emotions to your subconscious brain by replaying those thoughts. So if you actually cut those out, which means that every time one pops in your head, you make the effort to stop thinking about it, just like common meditation where you focus on your breath, but instead of focusing on your breath, you focus on the task at hand. If you do that for the bad experiences you've had before and you're playing in your head, and you do that for all the daydreaming type of thoughts that you go over how your future is going to be, or you go over some bad scenarios that might come up in the future, and you cut those out with the exact same way, where you just stop thinking about the thought as soon as you catch yourself, two things are going to happen. First of all, you're going to immediately experience some positive results. But of course, at first, you're going to be very weak at this, meaning that you're going to catch those thoughts late. You might catch yourself on a bad thought loop, whether it is to the past or to the future, after 5-10 minutes, which is not very good. But we're just starting out. Just like going to the gym, it will take time for you to get better and catch those thoughts in milliseconds. The second thing is going to happen is you're going to get frustrated. And you're going to get frustrated because you did not pay attention to the first point. You're not going to be good at this day one. You're going to be good at this day 100. So if you get frustrated, what are you doing when you get frustrated? You're actually replaying how you fucked up a few moments ago. You're replaying that to your head. And by replaying it, you are completely destroying the concept. It's done, it's over, go on with your life, cancel the next random thought that comes up. You cannot do anything about the thought you knew you shouldn't be thinking, but you thought for 5 minutes. It's done. So whether it is working on your business or whether it is socializing, by not thinking about your future, by not thinking about your past, not because you don't care, but because you have integrated your past and you have already thought about your future, you're going to be present at the moment, which means you're going to do 10x the work you're doing right now.